Guys, I'm here with Jesse Bam Rodriguez. It's been a long time, Jesse.
Yeah.
We met a long time ago, and now you're a grown man, you're a champion, you have a family, you got a daughter.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Mila,
Yeah.
the diva.
Her name's actually Mila, but yeah, I nicknamed her the Diva just because you know, she's a little diva sometimes, but she's still a baby, so I mean it's normal for that. But yeah, like you said, I have a family now, world champion, pound for pound fighter, and life's great right now, so I'm very happy.
The girlfriend. How did you guys meet, if you don't mind me asking? Because
yeah.
nobody really talks about your personal life.
Yeah, I met her on Twitter. I just started messaging her, and then like it was for like 2 years, and then eventually we just started hanging out. And then I mean, I liked her a lot. She liked me, so that's kind of how that started. And couple of months later, we have a baby. So yeah, I'm just very happy.
Basically was sliding into her DM.
Pretty much. You know how that's how things are these days. But you know, a lot of people meet online. But
Not these pictures from your house. It has some type of, as I could say, you know, that Tokyo, Japan style with a lot of like, you know, toys.
yeah, I have. I recently bought a house as well. After my last fight, I bought a house, and yeah, I have a lot of things in there that I like. A lot of action figures, a lot of plushies, things like that. Things that interest me, I put in my house. Just it's my environment, so I want it to be the best it can be.
Did the trip to Japan inspire you to do that?
No, not really. That's everything in my house is kind of what I've always liked as a kid, as a you know, a man growing up, or whatever you want to call me. That's just what I like, and it's what I've always liked. So yeah.
Notice you wore a hat with a lot of tags.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
they mean anything?
No, I bought the hat like that. I think you're talking about the bucket hat with the pins. Yeah, I bought it like that. I bought it like that from Supreme. I kind of liked it, so I bought it.
It's a style.
Yeah.
I've noticed you got different style. You dress differently. You got tattoos on your face and stuff.
Where's the belt? Where's the fucking belt? 14! 14! Oh, fucking awesome. Great fucking. You feel like you're in a fight? Let Bam do his thing. Fucking Bam, that's awesome.
Hell yeah, man.
Did it hit you yet? No?
Not yet.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow when I wake up.
You eat?
Not yet. Take a picture? Yeah, for sure. Appreciate
Hey.
you.
I know you know that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
How much?
Always been like that. Appreciate you.
Did you hear us out there?
Nah, I was locked in.
How your hands feeling?
Huh?
How your hands feeling?
My hands are good, but my stomach is sore.
So's his.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. Tell me about the tattoo on your face. What does it mean?
This one right here is an M. It's an initial for my daughter. Her name's Mila, so M for Mila. And then this one is just it's a dagger. I just decided one day I want a tattoo of I want a tattoo on my sideburns, so I hit up my tattoo guy, and I seen, you know, that he drew this out, so I was like, you know, I want that, and I got it the next day.
And over here, I mean, I think when I met you, you didn't have any single tattoo.
I met you when I was like 15, so I was a whole different person back then. But yeah, I have my dog right here. I have another just traditional tattoo right here. I got some other stuff right here. These are like my first ones, but just recently I started getting more traditional, is what I'm into right now. So I've been getting those.
Picture that we were talking about.
Oh,
Look,
shit.
2015, number one in US.
Yeah. Number 2 in the world.
Future world champion. Came true. Look, check it out. There's another one.
I remember that.
You remember that? Me too. A long time ago. Look, it's been like
Almost 10 years
oh my
ago.
god, yes. And you were like fat. Now I don't see you out of shape.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that new grown man, Bam
Yeah.
Rodriguez, that doesn't get out of shape, always stays in shape?
I do kind of get out of shape sometimes, or like after my fights, I like to eat a lot, so I kind of, you know, get a little chubby, but I'm out of the gym, so of course I'm gonna get chubby. What I do outside the gym, outside of camp, is really nobody's business, but yeah, I like to eat, so
What do you like to eat?
chicken wings.
Chicken wings.
Yeah, chicken wings, and
What a burger.
I like Whataburger, chicken wings, enchiladas, I mean, a lot of things that I like to eat, but chicken wings is my favorite.
So, you have a fight date, June 29th,
Yeah.
versus Gallo Estrada, a veteran, the legend, as we can say, very serious fight. You already had a face-off with him.
Yeah.
Pretty pretty long face-off, intense. What did you see in his eyes?
Nothing really. Whenever I face off, I don't really pay attention to any of that. I mean, a face-off doesn't really determine how the fight's gonna play out, or what a person's thinking. So I really don't pay attention. I just play the part, do it for the pictures and the video. So it doesn't really matter to me. I didn't really look into his eyes and try to figure something out. But come June 29, we'll see what he brings.
It's very different from SunnyEdwards that was talking so much.
Who?
Cuadras,
When were they champions? Not when you fought
They were
them.
champions?
No, they weren't
They were
champions when you fought them.
champions.
You
Who the
fought
fuck
for
did you
vacant
fight?
titles.
Who did you fight?
13 years unbeaten, world
did you
champion at the
fight?
time.
Who
You've
did you
never beaten a
fight? Who
champion.
did you fight?
fought for vacant titles.
did you
Gifted to
fight?
you by this man.
No one knows who you fought.
No.
Champion or
You
not,
fought-
no
you
one
fought-
knows.
You fought vacant titles.
You need me.
Vacant
You need
titles.
me.
I don't need you
Yes,
for
you
shit.
do.
I don't need you
You
for shit.
need me.
Eddie made you get in this ring. You were trying to get out
I
of
wanted
it.
this fight.
No.
And then, this guy doesn't talk anything. He doesn't like to talk much, just like you. What do you prefer more? Somebody like SunnyEdwards or somebody like Gallo Estrada?
I would prefer someone like Gallo Estrada, just because like you say, he's like me. He don't really talk much. But with Sunny, I mean, it was kind of funny to me as well. Kind of hyped me up a little bit more. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, I'm gonna go in and just do what I do.
What did you learn from SunnyEdwards' fight?
I just learned that I have a really good jab. I use my jab a lot in that fight, and it worked out for me. And not really much else that I learned. I just know that I can be up there with the top names and take over divisions.
SunnyEdwards was talking a lot and all that pre-fight situation.
I thought it was funny. I thought it was cool because Bam doesn't do that. Bam's not the kind of guy that does that. Sometimes you need your opponents to kind of do that to help build up the fight. Because like I said, Bam's not going to do that. Bam's not going to do that. He's really reserved. He keeps to himself. Even for this fight, Bam's not saying much. He just, he comes in, he trains, he goes, he fights, he wants to go home, and that's it. SunnyEdwards, you need those kind of characters, that kind of, attitude to help build fights. That made the fight bigger. It made Bam's win a lot bigger than. So I think it's okay. I think it's good for the sport when you got guys like that. I also like how Bam was able to beat him and stop him and kind of shut him up, which makes it nice too to be able to shut that kind of attitude. But you do need that. It helps build fights. It helps build. Bam grew from that fight. He had never been in the ring with somebody that talks smack like that. That's trying to get in his head and get in his face. And it's good for you to go through stuff like that. With Bam was 23 when he was fighting SunnyEdwards. I think Sunny was trying to get into his head, thinking, oh, this is a kid. I'm gonna make him get out of his game plan. I'm gonna talk smack and do this and that. And we needed Bam to be able to kind of block all that out and focus on the game plan. I still think in the fight you still saw moments where it got to Bam a little bit, like when Bam dropped his hands, he stuck his tongue out at him, and he was doing little things like that. You saw the everything that Bam had kind of been waiting to let out. It kind of got he let it get out a little bit, and he was out of his comfort zone a little bit when he did that. But I think for this fight he'll be.
How did you react to that? You were there. Right?
I didn't like it. Like when he got to the corner, I don't know if you could see, I don't know if you could hear, I don't know if the zone put that in, when we were in the corner working that. We got mad at him. Obviously, we yelled at him. We told him not to be doing stupid shit like that. We don't like our fighters, showboating, or because you never know, you never know what could happen. So we don't like that kind of stuff. And like I said, but we understood that Bam had so much built-in kind of anger, and he wanted to beat up SunnyEdwards so bad that he let it get to him a little bit. And he's gonna learn from that. But he got back to the corner. We all got mad at him. We all yelled at him a little bit.
Let's talk stylistically. Your style, Gallo Estrada's style. What does Gallo Estrada do good in the ring? What does he do bad?
Gallo Estrada, he's a really good mover. He knows how to box very well, very technical. As far as things he does wrong, I don't want to say, but come June 29th, we'll be able to, capitalize on that. And as far as me, I have good footwork, good power. decent speed, and I'm very smart in the ring. I know what to do and when to do it, so it's gonna be a very exciting fight.
Obviously, you pick that fight and you know you can beat him. You have a game plan that you work on.
There's not much that he does wrong. He does everything correct. He's a great fighter. I think, not the biggest name in Mexico, but I think the most talented boxer in Mexico right now, I think is Gallo. His skills, his talent, I think is above any other Mexican. But obviously, popularity and all that, you got to know that Canelo is.
Shots fired.
No, but talent-wise, I think Cuadras is one of the most talented fighters in Mexico right now, active. But obviously, his popularity because of the weight class, the weight division, is not a very big division where people don't follow it too much. But I think he's very talented. So there's not much that I could find. There's not much negative stuff about Gallo. I think he's a very talented fighter, very skillful, very experienced. So I know it's not going to be an easy fight.
Let me put it that way then. What are Bam's advantages over Estrada?
I think Bam's hunger to become a legend, to become great, Bam's youth, his energy, his footwork, his speed, I think those are things that I'm going to take advantage of. But like I'm telling you, Gallo has so much experience that he could actually figure everything out. So that's why I'm not going in there too confident knowing I'm going to win easy. No, I know it's not going to be an easy fight. But I do have the fighter, the talented fighter, that hunger to beat Gallo and to become a legend.
When I looked at Estrada fights and when I look at Bam's fights, especially with SunnyEdwards, he's so much faster than Estrada.
I think he is faster. I think Estrada, also 34-year-old, where I can't say he's an old man because a lot of fighters are in their prime at 34. But he has a lot of fights already. He has a lot of rounds, a lot of wars also. So can that make a difference? I don't know. We'll see the day of the fight. I know Gallo will be prepared. I know he will be ready for the fight, and he's going to give us a great fight. So I want to prepare for the best Gallo out there.
Game plan you're working on is because you saw something in Gallo Estrada. Maybe it's some things, maybe you sparred Chocolatito and he told you something. Did he?
Nah, he didn't tell me anything. But Chocolatito, he's fought Estrada 3 times. So he knows a lot of what Estrada does and does right and wrong. So to share the ring with him, it was an honor, not only because of that, but because of who he is, the name he carries. He's a legend, former pound-for-pound great, and just a legend of the sport. So to get in rounds with him, it was a blessing.
Did he show you any moves that Estrada does and you kind of worked on that in the ring?
Not purposely. He might have been doing them just subconsciously. So whenever he did do it, I was trying to, work on things that we're going to do in the fight. So I'm very excited for this fight.
So you've noticed some similarities between you guys.
Yeah, even in the corner, Robert was telling me that some things Chocolatito was doing, Estrada's going to be doing. So whenever he would do them, like I said, we were working on things that we were going to do in the fight.
Bam sparred Chocolatito a few days ago, and what I was able to take out of him, because he doesn't talk much, he said that he saw a lot of similarities between Chocolatito and Estrada.
Fighting with somebody for 3 times, you catch a lot of things from each other. And I think that's what Bam is talking about. I think Chocolatito did a great job. He came in there to help us, but also have him help himself because he has a fight coming up. So it was great sparring. Bam he told us the same thing, that he's seen a few similarities, and I did the same. I also seen some of those things too. But like I'm telling you, it's maybe because they've shared the ring 3 times that they know each other so well that they could actually show a lot of things to each other. So having Chocolatito here helping us out was probably the best thing that could have happened.
How did you score those 3 fights? Because people say that probably the second one is when Estrada really won, but that's like people's opinion. What is your opinion?
You know what? The decisions are already made, and and Gallo won, you know, the last one the way he did. But a lot of people did think that Chocolatito won that fight, especially the last one. But, you know, that's the judge's decision. I can't say. I seen the fights very close. I seen two great fighters fighting each other, two legends fighting each other, and enjoyed a great fight. That's all I remember from those fights. We just seen some great fights.
Chocolatito doesn't seem to get old. He lost to Estrada, but then he fought Martinez, who was trained by Canelo's trainer, Nery, so he won that fight, and then he came back for Estrada again. So, did you see an old guy sparring? Did he whoop Bam's ass? What happened? We want something to know.
He did not spar like an old man. He sparred like a 25-year-old. I'm telling you that. He's a legend. He's a bad dude. He's non-stop, 8 rounds. Non-stop. Virgil said it himself. That was one of the best sparrings he's ever seen.
Virgil, come in
He
here.
says that was one of the best sparrings he ever seen.
Hey, you said it was the best sparring ever you saw. Chocolatito.
It was a very technical sparring. You know, they weren't trying to kick each other's ass, but at the same time, they were outsmarting each other, and it was like a whole bunch of small details that they were doing, right? And it was amazing to watch. You know, it was very technical, very, it was a world-class sparring.
Who won?
No one won. It's just sparring. It's just sparring.
I'm trying to get something.
We're not gonna get anything. You know, he's a legend. Chocolatito's a legend. We can't disrespect him, but it was a great sparring. It was great sparring.
Style-wise, they're different kind of fighters, but in terms of like the intelligence, I think that's what's really gonna help out Bam. Like I said, Chocolatito knows when to pick it up, knows when to kind of. You know, when to push the action a little bit. And I think Gallo Estrada's like that. I think they're up there in age already, so they can't keep up, you know, the pressure for a whole 12-round fight. They can't keep they can't be active the full 12 rounds, so they know when to pick it up, when to take a break, when to kind of move around and work their distance. And I think in terms of that, they do know how to do that. They both know how to do that. But in terms of their styles, the way they actually fight, it's a little bit different. But the experience of it, I think that's what's going to help out Bam the most.
He picked up some stuff after trilogy fighting, you know, Estrada 3 times. You must pick something up, right? And there was certain moves that he did just like Chocolatito. That's what me and Bam were talking about. That it was great that, you know, he was kind of mimicking Estrada.
Yeah, so Chocolatito, like you just said, he was able to fight Gallo the 3 times. I believe he won the first 2, and the third one was a close fight. You edged that one to Gallo Estrada, but I thought Chocolatito did beat him the first 2 times. But he came in here with the mentality of I don't know exactly how my dad said the sparring got set up, but what I was told was that Chocolatito reached out to Mr. Honda to Taken and told him that he wanted to help out Bam for this fight. So that came from Chocolatito. So when he did get here, he is trying to obviously he has a fight that he's getting ready for as well, but he's here trying to help Bam. You know, he wants Bam to be as ready as possible. So he is doing certain things similar to Estrada. He's trying to also mimic him, but he does have his, you know, relentless kind of style that's also going to help out Bam. But yeah, the sparring itself even, you know, started because Chocolatito, you know, he reached out to Mr. Honda and said, hey, let me help out Bam for this fight. Can you reach out to Robert? Can you reach out to the team? I think I can help him out with some things. So he is trying to mimic, you know, certain things that Gallo does to make sure Bam's at 100%.
I talked to Bam. I'm like, did Chocolatito say anything to you? Did he try to help you out, show you something, what Estrada does, kind of give you a little, no, not game plan, but something add to your camp? He's like, no, it was just sparring. Then me and Robert were talking. We're like, okay, he picked up a few things, so he was trying to help then. Yeah. So you haven't heard anything from Chocolatito saying, Bam, this and that, no?
No, not in terms of game plan. Like I said, they're kind of doing it in the ring. After the sparring, Chocolatito kept working, hitting the bag. Bam went and did his own thing. They talked for a little bit, but it was nothing in terms of, oh, you should do this, you should do that. You know, he just kind of did it in the ring. You know, they went in, they sparred like my dad and Bam said. He was trying to do certain things to help out Bam, but like in terms of talking, hey, you should watch out for this. No, that never happened.
He was like a silent helper.
Yeah. No, but it's because he's also, he's also a legend. He's a multiple division, multiple time world champ. He's one of the greatest small weight class fighters in the world. One of the best top 10 fighters in the last 20 years. Whatever you want to call him, he's a legend in the sport. He's also got his his fight that he's getting ready for, and he's not. His only goal isn't just to help out Bam. He's getting ready. He's doing things to get himself ready for his fight too. So you got to understand that he as much as he wants to help Bam, he's also doing his own stuff too.
But you guys didn't see an old man. He doesn't seem to get old. He lost to Estrada, even though you said that you thought that Chocolatito won 2 times, right?
I thought Chocolatito won the first 2 and Gallo won the last one.
Yeah. So the second one he lost to Chocolatito. Then he fought Cesar Martinez, who trained with Cannelo's trainer Eddie Reynoso, and then he came back for Estrada and he lost via majority decision again. So, but then it was like 1 year gap. So it's like he's not getting old.
Yeah. No, look, Chocolatito is. I think with fighters like Chocolatito, Gallo, and the top level guys, you won't see too much of a slippage in sparring because they got the headgear, they got the big gloves, they know how to protect themselves, they know how to maneuver their way through 8, 10, 12 rounds. So we're not going to see that in sparring. We're not going to see him, we're not going to see an old Chocolatito. I think Chocolatito, right now in sparring, I told all the guys, I was like, if we put him in there with some of the young guys that we have, he'll still fuck them all up. Like he really would. Like the 4, 6, 8 rounders that we have, even though we have some really, really talented fighters, Chocolatito would probably still get the best of them. The only reason, obviously, Bam's able to do good, he's obviously at a world championship level himself, so he's able to do, well too. But Chocolatito still handles his own.
Obviously, you're not going to point out what Estrada does bad in the ring because that's your game plan. That's what you work on in the gym. But what are the Bam's advantages going into a Estrada fight?
I think Bam's advantages are more stuff like in terms of youth, his athleticism. I think he's going to be able to put a pace on Gallo Estrada since the opening bell. Bam's footwork is something that's special. Not a lot of fighters have Bam's footwork. He'll be able to use it with feints, stepping around him. All that stuff will make Gallo fight at a pace that he can't keep up with anymore because of his age. I think in the later rounds we're gonna see Bam even better than in the early rounds, and I think we're gonna be able to slow Gallo Estrada down, and then Bam will take over. So I think it's all gonna come down to Bam's footwork and then his youth and agility and ability and stuff.
We here with Figure, he just sparred Bam Rodriguez. How was it?
Man, it was an amazing experience. It's my first time sparring him, and I'll always remember it, man, because it's really great experience, like I said.
What did he do that you will never forget that?
Those angles, he has really great angles. The punch placement, like, it's all really good. Definitely something to learn from,
You obviously know Gallo Estrada. You watch his fights. What's your prediction? How is Bam gonna win?
Gallo Estrada is a legend. He'll always be a legend in the world of boxing. But Bam's right now he's at a different level. I feel like Gallo Estrada is he's on his way out from boxing, and Bam is just entering it in his prime. I think this is gonna be his time to take it.
Give me a prediction. Is it gonna be a stoppage? If so, how?
I think it will be a stoppage late round. I'm saying 9 or 10.
Body punch, headshot.
I think he'll slow him down with the body shot. In the later rounds, like in the beginning of the rounds, he's gonna work that body, and then the late rounds, he's gonna be gassed. And I think the ref is gonna see enough, and he's gonna stop
What's
it.
your record now?
6-0.
How many knockout?
3.
All
6-0
right.
and 3 knockouts.
50-50, great.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, he's good. He's very quick. He's very slick on his angles and everything. He knows how to work the body, and he's very good. I know he's ready for June 29.
Did he impress you with anything specific today?
Yeah, he always impresses everybody. He always has something special on him, and he surprised me a little bit with the body today. Working out, because I heard that he's gonna try to do the work we got started with that, and so he's been working it with me, and I've been feeling really good. So He's been making me work because I'm a fighter southpaw too, so he's been giving me good work.
You fought him before? Is that the first time?
Yeah, since I've been here with Robert, like this 4 years, I've been sparring him. I've been his sparring partner and some other guys too, you know.
He improved, in your opinion?
What was that?
He improved. How he improved?
Oh, yeah, he improved a lot, you know. I mean, like, when I knew him, he was just like, he was just fighting like 8-rounders, 6-rounders, and now 4 years after, now he's a 3D division world champ, you know.
Did you watch Chocolatito sparring?
Nah.
No, you weren't here? Okay, so your prediction. How Bam Rodriguez is going to win against Gallo Estrada? Give your prediction.
You know, since I've been sparring him, I feel like he's gonna stop him. I mean, like, no disrespect to Gallo Estrada. He's a very good fighter, a Mexican fighter. He's one of the best Mexican fighters I've known too, you know. And I feel like Bam is gonna stop him. He's gonna
Body punch, headshot.
I feel like I think the referee's gonna stop it, you know, because he's gonna be getting punched by everywhere. Because Bam throws everywhere, like in the head and the body, and every time you try to cover yourself with the body, he goes up in the head. So sometimes you don't know where's the punch is going to come.
Talking about discredit that you mentioned from the press conference, Estrada kind of discredited you and said that you fought those big names when they were on the way out.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
No, I do feel like Cuadras, he was still fresh. He was just about to fight for a world title against Maloney, so I fought him 2 years ago, so he was still fresh then. Rungvisai, maybe he was a little bit older, but he still carried that power, still had the resume of what he did. And SunnyEdwards, he was a champion, and I beat him. So
besides Sunny.
Yeah, but those other two that I just mentioned, they were still very competitive fighters. They were still, you know, very dangerous fights to take. So for me to beat them the way I did, I really don't know why Estrada said what he said, but it is what it is. Come June 29th, he'll find out.
They discredit Bam a lot. They say, you know, about like Cuadras and Rungvisai, oh, they were old and this and that. But he had just fought Cuadras like right before that, and he got dropped by Cuadras. Cuadras gave him a good fight. People can discredit. Gallo Estrada is a legend. He's a great fighter. We can see that. Everybody can see that. But he's also had really bad performance. He fought guys like Arichi Cortez, and he didn't look very good in that fight. He fought. I think the guy's name was Beeman in Sonora. We were there because we had Alexis Espino on the undercard, and he fought in the main event. He didn't look good, but you don't see us bringing up like oh, he looked bad in that fight. He looked bad in this fight. He looked bad. You know what I mean? Like, we're expecting the best Gallo Estrada. We think he's a legend. He's gonna bring out the best of Bam, and that's what we're expecting. I really don't understand why every time he gets a chance, he discredits every single win that Bam has, or I don't understand that. I think June 29th, he's going to see that he's in there with the best fighter he's ever been in the ring with. I think Bam's going to go in there. Bam's going to, I think he's going to put a beating on him. He's gonna stop him, and he's going to make a statement. And Gallo and his coach will have no choice but to say, okay, this kid's legit.
All right, so look at that camera and send a message to Gallo Estrada and to his coach and team and everybody who talks so much. Not maybe so much, but still talks some.
Yeah, look to Gallo and them, I just want to say, I hope they come in the best shape possible. I hope they're 100% ready, because Bam is training harder than he's ever trained for any fight. I hope him and his team are they're leaving no stone unturned, the way people say it, because Bam, you're going to see Bam at his best. Bam's going to be 100% ready. I hope there's no excuses after the fight of no this, we didn't do this, we didn't do that. That's all we really want. We just want Gallo at his best. We want him and his team to give Bam the credit he deserves after Bam beats him, after Bam takes his title. We want them to give Bam the respect that he deserves, because, like you said, they haven't done that so far. So I hope June 29th they're 100% ready to give the fans a great fight, and then after the fight they're able to give Bam the respect that he deserves. He hit him with the right hand. He hit him with the straight right hand. Gallo was falling into the ropes, and he hit him with the straight right hand, I believe, and dropped him. See, that's the kind of stuff that doesn't make sense. Like, oh, you fought older guys, or you this or that. Gallo himself has had great performances, and then he's had bad performances. He's fought, like I said, he fought Arichi Cortez. That wasn't his best performance. He fought, I forget the guy's name. It was, I think it was Beeman, or I forget the guy's name. And he fought him in Sonora in a homecoming fight, and he did not have a great performance. So he's had bad performances himself. He understands that. He's one of the fighters that I think is similar to Bam. I think Bam's best performances have came against the better competition. Gallo Estrada, the same thing. You see him when he fights Chocolatito, he's at his best. You see him when he fights Rungvisai, Cuadras, and these guys, he's at his best. Then he has other opponents that he doesn't look as good in it. And Bam has had similar stuff when he fought on the Triple G and Canelo undercard, the co-main event. Wasn't his best performance. When he went back home in San Antonio, he had his jaw broken. Obviously, that's an injury and stuff. That wasn't his best performance. But you see when he fought Rungvisai, when he fought Cuadras, when he fought SunnyEdwards, now you get the best fighter. I think the better the opposition, the better the great fighters, they rise to the occasion. And I think Bam's one of those, Gallo's one of those. So I think this fight, you're going to get the two best versions of themselves.
Robert picked Gallo Estrada as the most technical Mexican fighter. He picked him over Canelo. Your thoughts?
I think I would give that to Canelo. I think Gallo is a close second. I think he just doesn't get the recognition he deserves because he's a small weight class. I think Canelo being a super middleweight, being every single one of his fights is a big pay-per-view event. You see the head movement and it blows up all over, TikTok and Instagram, and people. He's a bigger star, so people get to see that. But Gallo's a close second. Gallo's got great skills. He's a technically very a great fighter, but I would still favor Canelo a little bit.
One time Cuadras was big name, and I don't know if many people know that Robert trained Cuadras. When you prepared, did Robert tell you, okay, do this or do that with Cuadras? Pretty much he knew him because he trained him.
Nah, we really didn't even have time for that. I took that fight on a 5-day notice. I was supposed to fight on the undercard, but Rungvisai pulled out, so then they gave me the opportunity to fight Cuadras, and it was only like 5 days left until the fight, so we didn't really have much time to work on a game plan, but I mean, it came out, I still came out victorious, so that's all that matters.
So he beat him in 2014, 10 years ago, and then he lost to Chocolatito, he lost to Estrada twice, and obviously he lost to you. But when he lost to Estrada, did you watch those two fights?
I saw the last one when Estrada got dropped. It was a good competitive fight. I believe, I think Estrada stopped him, but like I said, he got dropped by Cuadras, so at the end of the day, it was a good fight, but I know what I can do against Estrada.
I believe Cuadras dropped him too, or was it the Swede?
No, yeah, Cuadras dropped him. He dropped Estrada.
Yeah, and then after the referee was the technical stoppage. After the referee stopped, Cuadras was kind of like when you look at him, he was kind of like fresh.
Yeah. I don't remember how he looked after, but I do remember he got stopped, but yeah.
Okay. The reason why I talk about Cuadras and stuff, so Rungvisai lost to him, right?
Yeah.
To Cuadras, technical decision in 2011, more than 10 years ago. So at one time, Cuadras was the shit. I mean, I was here doing videos with Deli and Cuadras. Oh my God, it's been a long time ago. You should sing that song. Eres tú.
Te voy a cantar otra. La banda norteño, los carros del año, las mejores plebes las traigo a mi lado. Pura bucanita del ceito rojo, me gusta cumplirme todos. Me antojo las playas, las discos y los malecones. Palenques en plazas apuesto millones, me sobran amigos por todos lados. Soy gente muy buena y de muy alto rango y les digo a mi gente, pararara, soy enamorado. ¿Me quedó? Una canción bien chingona. From Sinaloa, México, Guamuchil, puro Guamuchil, compa.
Cuadras, who Bam fought and won. You trained Cuadras. Cuadras also, let's see, Cuadras here. He beat Rungvisai, and what time frame was when you trained Cuadras? I'm trying to see the.
Cuadras was a few years back when Bam was barely like a 15-year-old. Bam was like a 15-year-old. He sparred with Franco, with Josh Franco a lot when he was here. So Bam was just a kid. He wasn't sparring those guys yet. So we're talking maybe 7-8 years ago. Mr. Honda brought him in, but they did tell me at that time, he's doing really good now, but at that time, Cuadras was going through some problems, some personal issues, and discipline problems. So they sent him to me thinking with me he was going to get better, but he didn't. So I told, he was here for a couple of months, but I told Mr. Honda I couldn't work with him because he was not disciplined enough for what I expect from my fighters. So Mr. Honda took him somewhere else. So I never did a fight with Cuadras. I trained him for like 2 or 3 months, but I never had a fight with him.
He definitely had all the talent and everything. And when he fought Estrada, he dropped Estrada when Estrada won over technical knockout. And when they stopped it, Cuadras looked and he was kind of like normal, like no, when the referee stopped it.
No, that was Cuadras was doing a great job. He had dropped Gallo, and then they rang the bell a few seconds before. So maybe that gave Gallo a little bit of advantage, and Cuadras maybe he lost that opportunity to maybe win by knockout because he was after Gallo, and they rang the bell a few seconds early. So that could that have made a difference? It could have. I don't know. We will never know. But Cuadras is another legend. Just like Gallo, just like Chocolatito. Rungvisai. I think Bam after Gallo, he'll have 3 of the top kings in the flyweight division, in the super flyweight. The only one I don't think he will fight is Chocolatito, but they had some really good sparring.
When you sparred him, did he impress you with something? You were like, look, this guy still has so much gas in his tank left, or he's strong, or he's fast, or his footwork. What was this one thing that you were like, oh, I'm impressed. I'm going to remember this forever?
Yeah, his inside game. On the inside, I was trying to hit him, but he's very crafty on the inside. By the time I threw my punch, he was either out the way or he was blocking it. And, usually against other people that I spar, I'm able to hit them pretty easily the way I was, aiming at him. But, like I said, he's very crafty on the inside, so that's something I picked up from him.
I watched their fights, Chocolatito and Estrada, and then I watched your fights. At some fights, especially with SunnyEdwards, you can pick up your pace. Like, you're so fast, and I don't see Estrada as being as fast as you.
We'll see. June 29th. Like I said earlier, I know what I'm capable of, and I'm going to just show the boxing world June 29th.
You don't want to say anything. Look, I'm the shit. I'm going to beat the shit out of him. I'm going to like this and that. You don't want to say, look, I'm great. I'm like, look, even Mike Tyson talked so much shit before his fight. And you're like, no, come June 29th. I'm trying to make you say something.
It's just not who I am. I've never been that way. If that was the case, I would have been, saying a lot more with the SunnyEdwards fight. But I don't let it get to me. I just remain calm and do what I do inside the ring.
Fine, let others speak about you and your skills. And one of these people was ShakurStevenson, that spoke highly of you. You sparred him when you were younger. And one thing that he said, I wrote it down. He caught me with a body shot. He caught me with a body shot punch. He punched harder than other people in my weight division, and you were a smaller division than him.
Yeah, I sparred Shakur, I think in 2016, but it was more just technical sparring on his end. He was a lot bigger than me at the time, so he was just working with me. But I picked up a lot of things from him. He's a very smart fighter, very great fighter, and I guess I did catch him with a body shot. I don't know, but for him to say that about me, it means a lot.
ShakurStevenson versus Berenchik. Who you got?
Versus who?
Berenchik, Ukrainian guy, champion.
Oh, his next fight, or
No,
the one that just
135.
beat Kambosos. Shakur will beat him easy. I think just outbox him, probably eventually stop him.
ShakurStevenson versus Loma.
I think Shakur. Back then it was a little bit more competitive, a little more undecisive. But I think Shakur, he's getting better each fight. And Lomachenko, he looked good at last fight, but he's just not the same as he was back then. So I think Shakur beats him.
Shakur versus Devin Haney.
That's a tough fight. 50-50, very technical fight. I'm cool with both of them. They both support me, so I'm not gonna say on that part.
Robert, your trainer Robert Garcia, mentioned that he would prefer for you to be undisputed at 115.
Yeah.
And you said that there is another guy, Ioka, 112, that beat your brother.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good fight to get a revenge.
Yeah.
So what do you prefer as a next step, regardless? win or lose, your career goes, you're young, so what would you prefer?
I would prefer to go undisputed at 115. I'm fighting for the WBC in the ring for this fight, and then Ioka and Puma are fighting for the WBA and IBF, so that would be unified already right there. And then just one more would be the WBO. I'm not sure who has that, but win this fight the winner of Ioka Martinez, and then hopefully, you know, get that last title shot.
Every time I ask Bam, you watched Estrada Chocolatito, you watched this, a little bit here and there. I said, so you leave all the work for your trainer to do, huh?
You know what? There is a lot of work here. As you see, we have not only Bam getting ready for his fights, but 30 other guys getting ready for the fights. You know, they all have dates. You know, the month of June is very busy. Then we go to July and August, so we're gonna be pretty busy. So it's not just Bam that we're getting ready, but as of right now, you know, we're very focused on Bam. His fight against Gallo Estrada is a very difficult fight, very challenging fight, but we're going in against a legend, and that's what Bam wants. That's what motivates Bam to go out there and perform the way he wants to, because he's fighting somebody like Gallo Estrada, who is a legend.
When you guys had your kickoff press conference, you said that after Gallo, I don't even know who.
It's true. Look, Bam told me after his last fight, my next fight has to be against Gallo Estrada, and I started working with Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, and everybody else that works for the promotion, and obviously with Gallo Estrada team too. We started trying to make that fight happen. So Matchroom gave me a few dates in April, but it wouldn't be against Gallo. It was going to be just a tune-up fight. And Bam said, no, I don't want to fight. They told me June 29 is our next date, but there's a possibility that it might not be Gallo. It could be somebody else. And Bam says, nope, if it's not Gallo, I don't want to fight. It has to be Gallo. So Matchroom did a great job. Eddie Hearn, they were able to put Gallo together. And Gallo also we have to give him a lot of respect, because he took the fight too. You know, Bam's a special talent, and Gallo is willing to take that challenge. So now we're here, you know, getting ready for Gallo. But yeah, if it wasn't Gallo Estrada, Bam probably wouldn't be fighting June 29, maybe later in the year.
You also mentioned that you would prefer Bam to become undisputed at 115. That's like your.
Yes, you know, I don't like to look past my opponents, because Gallo Estrada is a legend and Gallo Estrada is a great fighter. But I do have to plan what's in the future, and I would love to have Bam become undisputed. I've never made an undisputed champion. I was very, very close with Jose Ramirez, but it didn't happen. Josh Taylor became undisputed that night. I would love to have an undisputed fighter, and I think Josh could become undisputed because he's got the talent. He's got the skills, and like I'm telling you, no disrespect to Gallo Estrada, because we still have to beat Gallo Estrada, and the fight won't be easy. But like I said, I do have plans for the future. Ioka is fighting Martinez for the unification, WBA and IBF. So if everything goes well, we beat Gallo, then the winner of those two is going to have two belts. So Bam or the winner, you know, Bam or Gallo fights against the winner of those two. That's ready for 3 belts. So now we just have to go after the WBA. So I think we're not very far from maybe an undisputed champion at 115, which I would love to. But I don't know what Bam's going to want. After this fight, maybe he says, I want to move up in weight. I want to go fight at 118. Maybe he says, I want to move to 122. I don't know. You know, so my personal wish is to stay at 115 and become undisputed. But, you know, we just have to go with Gallo first. If everything goes well with Gallo, then we make a decision after.
Ben said that he wishes that Ioka wins because Ioka beat his brother, Joshua Franco, and that would be great for revenge, to fight him, to beat him.
So that's good news. He hasn't told me that. That's good news. That means he wants to fight Ioka. So
You just said him during presser, no?
So perfect. That's perfect. So that means that if Ioka wins, Ioka has 2 belts, and we could unify, and then the winner has 3 belts. Now we just have to go after one more to become undisputed. So that's pretty good news.
He caught me with a body shot punch. He punched harder than other people in my weight class.
You know what? Bam has really good punch power, but I don't think it's he's stronger than any lightweights, because Shakur's a lightweight. Our thing is that Bam is stronger than those guys. Shakur said it, but it's maybe the way Bam landed the punch. Very accurate, right at the spot, fast. I think with speed and accuracy and throwing it correct could hurt you more than somebody strong and heavy, because Bam knows how to connect those punches. He knows where to connect them. He knows the timing to connect them. So I think that's the difference between what Shakur's saying, that he felt that punch stronger than anybody in his weight class. I think it's more because of the accuracy, where he landed and at the moment that he landed.
Going off the topic, is that what Usyk does?
Usyk is exactly, Lomachenko does the same. They're very accurate. They know when to land. They know where to land. Usyk could be the smallest heavyweight, but he's still hurting guys that are...
How, Robert? How? This way?
Because they know, they have accuracy. They know when to land. They have the speed to do it. And all that is power too. All that hurts. All those punches hurt.
Did you expect him to beat Tyson Fury?
I wanted him to beat him so bad. But now after the fight, my respect to Tyson Fury too, because it was a very close fight. But I was very happy for Usyk.
Yeah, I heard when Shakur said that. That's the thing that like you said, Lomachenko does really well. Bam does. Lomachenko isn't the biggest puncher at 135 pounds. He's not like a Gervonta Tank Davis kind of guy. He's not up there with the biggest punch. Nobody considers him a big puncher. I don't think Bam is considered a big puncher, you know, compared to other guys in the small Inoue, some of these guys. But they place their shots right. They have great footwork, great angles to where they're making guys turn, and it starts to frustrate them, and they're picking little by little, and then when they do land a shot, that's why you see it have the effect that it does. They know they're really smart fighters. They're not just big punchers or they're just fast. They're smart fighters that know when to play shots, know how to play shots, know how to kind of slow down the opponent and give them different angles to frustrate them. I think those are the best advantages that Lomachenko, Usyk, Bam, and some of these guys have. With their angles and stuff, they know when to play certain shots. Even Usyk, like a heavyweight, he's not considered a big puncher, but you saw the way he was able to hurt.
You were shocked?
Yeah, you saw that. I bet money on Usyk. I was thinking Fury size and stuff, but I was rooting for Usyk the whole time. I did place money on him. Once the fight got close, I was rooting for him 100%. I picked, I was telling people I think Usyk's gonna win. I think I did an interview with Ellie where I told him I think Usyk's gonna stop him like in the, I said 8th round, and then the 9th round's when he hurt him. So I was close with that one, but yeah, Usyk is somebody else like these guys where they're not the biggest punchers, but you saw how he was able to slow Tyson Fury down, and then in the 9th round he catches him with a nice combination that was almost able to put him out.
Even if you won $1 million, Ellie would still be the happier person because of Fury lost.
Yeah. No, Ellie was 100% rooting for Usyk, but I'm a big fan of Usyk. I've never Tyson Fury is somebody that he has like a funny persona. He's like this larger than life kind of character and stuff. But I didn't like the way when he fought Francis Ngannou, he went in there really lazy, and I just wasn't a fan of that. So I was rooting for Usyk 100% in that fight.
Thank you. All right. So you're 24. I believe Inoue is also like 30 or 31, something like that. So you guys can meet down the road because you're not even in your man's body fully yet. Yeah. So it's high possibility you're going to meet with him.
I do believe down the line in the future we'll be in the same weight class and eventually meet up, fight for, hopefully a unified, undisputed title or something like that. It's a fight people are already asking for, so years down the line is going to be even more hyped up than it is now. So whenever that day comes, I'll be ready. That's a very exciting fight for me. I like going to Japan. I like visiting out there, so to fight out there against a legend like Inoue would be a a dream come true.
What do you see in him when you watch him? Obviously, you could see how technical he is, his power and all that, but is there anything else that you look at and you're like, oh, I can beat this guy?
I haven't really watched his fights like fully. I've only seen like highlights because he fights at very early times here in the States. So whatever I do see, like you say, he has power, he has speed, very technical. But other than that, I haven't really seen his fight, so I can't say much on it.
You leave it all to your trainer to do his job, to watch the fights and tell you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Is there anyone else besides Chocolatito that you sparred? Big name.
Yeah, I sparred LuisNery. LuisNery, the one that just fought Inoue, I sparred him a couple years ago.
He looked great in there. People didn't expect him to look that
Yeah, he dropped him, and he put up a good fight. So, credits to him.
Gonna spar him again before Inoue?
Well, he's southpaw, so it wouldn't really, work out.
He can give you advice. I understand.
Yeah, true that.
He's gonna bring back Nery and
Look, Inoue's pound for pound, 1 or 2, maybe 3 in the world. So we have to give him nothing but respect. I think right now we're not even close because of the weight divisions. But if Inoue stays at 22 and 26 for a few years, then Bam will get there. Bam's gonna get there, but not now. Bam will get to 122 and to 126 in the near future. Can't be too many years either. Maybe 2 or 3 years from now, Bam will probably be competing at 122 and 126. So if Inoue is still at that weight division, that's gonna be a great fight, a big fight, and it'll be great for boxing, great for both Inoue and Bam. So if we get to that point, we'll be ready. But right now, I have to take my time. Bam is only 24. We have all the future ahead. We just have to take our time.
You're a big fan of Inoue. Bam is 24, and Inoue is like 30, 31, right? Down the road, they're gonna meet up. Bam is not in his full body man strength yet. So a few years later, if Inoue stays at 122, 126, they will meet. Big fan of Inoue. Your guys, Bam. How do you see that fight in the future?
Look, I think that if Bam's able to grow into those weight classes and be able to carry his power and move up in weight and still have the effect that it has on the lower weight classes, I would love to see that fight. I think Bam's style and Inoue's style would make for a great fight. I don't think it's that as realistic as a lot of people when they talk about it and stuff. Because right now Inoue's at 122 pounds. He's gonna be there another 2 fights maybe, and then he's going right up to featherweight. Inoue is the kind of guy that's going after world champs and the biggest challenges. I think if Bam's at 115 right now, he beats Gallo Estrada. We have a rematch clause. He has to fight Gallo again. This year, basically, he's going to be at 115. Then maybe he does, Ioka's in a unification fight with PumaMartinez. And there's a lot of stuff going on. We're probably still going to have another year of Bam at 115 pounds. By then, Inoue will be at 126 for sure. Maybe even already looking at 130 for a big pay-per-view fight with, Gervonta Tank Davis or who knows, Lomachenko. You know what I mean? I don't think it's a realistic possibility just because of the, like you said, the age. Bam's 24, he's 30, and then where they're at in terms of their weight right now. I would love to see it. If it plays out perfectly, if Inoue stays at 126 a little bit longer, Bam is able to build up to 122. They meet somewhere there. Then I would love to see it. I would love to see that.
LuisNery gave a good fight to Inoue, dropped him for the first time in his career. Bam sparred LuisNery. Were you there?
I was here. It was great sparring. One of the things that Nery has is he's a big puncher. He's a strong dude. They did 8 rounds, I believe. I think it was 8 rounds. Obviously, it's different. They got big gloves. They got headgear. No, one of the things that Nery does, he spars with no headgear. So that's a little bit weird. He's a little bit different with that. So Nery didn't have a headgear, but Bam did really good with them. Bam did really good. I'm not gonna get too much into the sparring and everything, but Bam did really good. I like Bam's chances at those like I said, at those bigger weight classes. He just needs to grow into it. And put a little bit more muscle on.
Which sparring did Bam do better at, LuisNery or Chocolatito?
It's hard to say because that's a good question. I would say Bam was more. Damn it! Look, it's because they're both cool guys. I don't want to say that Bam was it. I know.
Have somebody say something today.
I don't want to say that Bam did this to this guy, Bam did that to that guy. I think the sparring with Chocolatito was a little bit more intense. I think Nery started off really fast. He starts off, but he wasn't in camp for a fight. So as the sparring went on, Bam took control, and he was able to control it in the later rounds. I think with Chocolatito, it was competitive all 8 rounds because Chocolatito's in camp for a fight. So I think that's the biggest difference. Nery wasn't getting ready for a fight. He was kind of just training, and then his coach hit us up, hey, could we take Nery to go spar? You know, we're like, yeah, that'd be great sparring for Bam. So he came in and he sparred, but he wasn't getting ready for a fight. So that's one of the things that we got to take into account too, was that Chocolatito's in camp, he's getting ready for a fight. So he's at his, you know, he's trying to peak, you know, right now. So that's as much as I could really say, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
it's good enough, better than others. Send your message to Gallo Estrada. It's like he watching.
Be ready. Come June 29th, I'm going to be at the top of my game, 100% ready, so I hope you're the same.
I don't think he speaks English. Español, por favor?
I don't know Spanish.
What?
I don't know Spanish.
You don't need... Okay.
I need a translator.
Since Bam doesn't speak Spanish, could you look at that camera and send a message to Estrada and his team maybe that talked to you during the presser, discrediting you and doing a little bit, but still a little bit of trash talk?
Nada, con todo respeto para todo el equipo de Estrada, sé que van a venir muy bien preparados, sé que Bam también va a venir bien preparado, vamos a dar una gran pelea para toda la afición de México, especialmente Sonora, que está muy cerca de ahí de Arizona. Yo sé que se van a presentar a apoyar a su campeón, pero Bam viene listo para salir con el triunfo. Yo sé que ustedes también. Vamos a dar un buen espectáculo y les deseo lo mejor, que gane el mejor.
So, Robert, tell everybody, think about it. Tell people one thing people don't know about you.
One thing people don't know about me, I think I seen Mikey say the same thing I say, the same problem. I'm also colorblind, so maybe that's one thing people don't know about me, that I'm colorblind. I see colors very, very different than anybody else, and Mikey has the same problem. So that's probably one thing that I could say people don't know about me. What else can I say that people might not know about me? You know, through all the videos that Eli Segba has, everybody knows everything about me. Everybody knows everything about me.
Where does Eli live here? Tell me.
He comes once or twice a week, but when he does, he gets videos of everything, so he could post every day, so people think he's here every day.
What color is my dress?
I could say gray, but I don't know. What is it?
Gray.
Gray?
Like gray green.
Kind of, yeah. I see gray,
what is Joshua's shorts?
What is Josh what?
Shorts.
He's wearing... No, I see it now. Because you know what? Because the black and the red, I see them pretty much the same. I don't see... Dark colors, I see them all the same. But I know the shorts are red and black. But I see them very similar.
What is her top?
Her top? That's green, right?
It's blue.
Huh? See, this is gray, right? Kind of like green, right? Yeah. See, that's one thing I have with... Say, Mikey has the same thing.
Mikey said that he can see the color, but he fails every eye test.
What I do also, like if my fighters, are wearing, let's say somebody's wearing green and the other one's wearing yellow, I see the same. If it's kind of, I see the same. Like you and that, I kind of see kind of the same thing.
Don't miss your fighter when they fight. What trans color?
Yeah, that's also say if the opponent has similar, then there's sometimes where I confuse myself and I'm seeing the opponent thinking that's my fighter. It happens.
Guys said you're gonna slow down Gallo with body shots and referee gonna stop it. Figo said that.
Who? Figo? Figo? The one that I sparked?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Think about one thing that people don't know about Bam Rodriguez. You can think for 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'll think.
craziness?
What people don't know about me, I guess, it's not really interesting as you think it would be, but I love coffee, and eventually I want to open up my own coffee shop back home. So I think that's something a lot of people don't know, but I mean, now you do.
Texas business owners, investors, hit up at 210.
210 BAM, let me know.
All right, I'll let you train. Thank you so much. It was great seeing you.
Thank you.
And
Appreciate it.
hey, congrats on your family and
Thank you.
success.
Appreciate
That's
it.
great.
Thank you.